Hey everyone, welcome to the stream. This is Accounting Nightmare. Welcome Tag, welcome Mia. Good to see yous. Alright, so today I'm hoping to finish off the Hildibrand quests for Heavensward. We did a bunch of those yesterday, it was hilarious. And then I'm thinking of doing the Scholasticate questline, another side questline, which is apparently about Briardien. That seems to tie in nicely. Hey Trinant, welcome. Yeah, we're getting near the end of the side stuff that I wanted to do before we got back to the main story. Alright. Foundation. Oh, I got an apartment. I said screw it and I got myself an apartment. Yeah, 500,000 gil. So I wanted it because I could finally get access to a stable so I could change Nero's feather colour. I've done that. I've done zero decorating though, so my apartment isn't exciting. This is my apartment. It's very cozy. I should probably have a bed, shouldn't I? That might help. Instead of sleeping on the floor. Yeah. It was nice to have a stable though and have access to that for my chocobo. Can I summon him here? No, okay. Let's just go somewhere I can summon him. You can see his new feather colour. Still nice to have your own space, yes. Nice you own it outright, don't have to pay rent, yes. I'm so glad there's no like upkeep rent costs or anything like that. I made him blue! He's blue! He's a pretty blue boy. And he's still very snug. It's cool. He is Offard blue. Yes, I've been wanting to do that for a while, so good to get that done. It's kind of strange changing your chocobo's feather colour because you have to like look up guides on how to do it. You don't just tell the game what you want, you have to look up guides and do it in a specific order and stuff. I did it though. Alright. Go back to Foundation. I don't think we've got much of this quest line left. I think we've already done most of it. Because the Hildibrand stuff is much shorter here. Now let's just hide that. I started doing my scholar anima weapon. I'm still on the first step, so it's not very flashy. Hey, Walken. You just started getting into chocobo racing. Ooh, I want to get into that. I still haven't even unlocked that. There's so much side content, it's great. In FF15 they have the pairs you can get to change the chocobo colours, but much simpler. Ah, okay. That's good. Yeah, I had to look up a guide and it told me exactly which fruit to feed it in which order to get the right number values. Alright. The proud and the pointy-eyed. So poor Vivi has gone back with the God, what were they called? Proud men or something? Seer is a man at the end of his tether. We need to speak, Melchan. I've been scouring the archives for any information regarding temporal magic since last we spoke, and the results have been rather troubling, to say the least. Yes, we found out Vivi was created to try to restore youth to people. As you may or may not be aware, ancient Alag is portrayed in the Enchiridion as a cautionary tale, a great empire brought low by its vanity and hubris. However, there are certain apocryphal texts in which the Alagans are cast in a more sympathetic light, if not outright exalted. 'Twas in these texts that I found references to temporal magics, once wielded by Alagan mages. Said magics could be used to halt or even reverse the temporal state of a given object. If these accounts are to be believed, and if Gigi's abilities and these magics are one and the same, then it may well be possible for him to turn back the hands of time for the Grand Sirs. The Grand Sirs, that's them. Much as he restored the Duke's priceless vase. That being said, there is no telling how this will work in regards to a living being. Consider, if you will, that the vase was filled with water when shattered. Even if the vessel were restored, what would become of its former contents? Would it be filled with water as before? The very same, every drop returned? Or would it be different water? Or would the water, once spilt, be forever lost? Getting philosophical. Chocobo Racing is basically an HD version of the same game from 7. Ah, that's cool. You find the pairs on the racetrack. Once you do that, colour is just available to switch to whenever you want. Oh, that's a cool way to do it. So you're basically just unlocking colours. The 10 dungeons phase. Ah, nice. You're going to need to have the weapon equipped as you leave. Ah, cool. Thank you. I speak of the soul, my friend. For even if one could use these magics to restore the dead to life, would they be as they were before, with all the same thoughts and memories and feelings? The Grand Sirs are convinced that they can regain their lost youth, and mayhap they can, but the dead who have entered into Halone's halls cannot return. They cannot. Yet Gigi is nevertheless resolved to try and resurrect Archmagus Quan. Ah, speaking of which, according to some Charlayan texts in the archives, Archmagus Quan was an accomplished scholar, known for his study of ancient Alagan magics. Further evidence that Gigi's abilities are likely derived from ancient traditions, I suppose. But more importantly, I learned the location of the Archmagus' former residence. Mayhap we could find something of interest there, something which could help us to persuade Gigi to change his course. I had a mind to summon Inspector Hildibrand and make the journey there together. Would you be willing to join us? Nod. Excellent. Then let us be about our business. I saw you! Heretic! Oh. I beg your pardon? Are you accusing me of being a heretic? Yes, you, Inquisitor Sir. See, I saw you sneak into the archives and seek out the forbidden tomes. Saw the mad light in your eyes as you partook of their forbidden knowledge. Oh, for the love of... I did all of that for my investigation. Aha! You admit your crimes? That you did secretly, without permission, in blatant contravention of our laws, read forbidden tomes, then by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Supreme Sacred Tribunal of Halonic Inquisitory Doctrine? You stupid, ignorant... Are you all so desperate to keep your goddamn jobs that you'll go around accusing all the world and his wife of heresy? Is that what we've been reduced to? Oh. The Star Trek teleporter problem. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. That dastardly character, faint-hearted Inquisitor. Yeah, the Inquisition sucks. I hope they're able to disband it after 3.3. I'm sick and tired of looking for heretics in every bloody shadow, of trying to guess the secret sins of everyone I meet. It's stupid and pointless, and we're better than that, damn it. We're better than that. Aww. I like Seer, I have decided. If you will not surrender yourself, then I have no choice but to inform my superiors. Oh. Well, that all came tumbling out, didn't it? I suppose there's no point in trying to convince myself that I have no personal investment in this matter, or that I still have a professional one. Somewhere along the way I stopped looking for the guilty and started looking for the truth, perhaps, and a way to help those in need. Why is this music playing? This feels very inappropriate for this guy having this huge revelation. But there's no place for people like that in the Inquisition, is there? And it's only a matter of time before that stuttering fool comes back with an armed guard. Let us depart for Idleshire at once. We need to find the inspector. It's because he's a big old nerd. Yeah. Nerds are great. I like nerds a lot. To Idleshire. Rum. Hello. Where's Hildibrand? God damn it, Hildy. I raised you to have better sense than this. Are you looking for the inspector? He went off on his lonesome. 'Twould seem we arrived too late. Inspector Hildibrand has already gone off on his own to confront the Grand Sirs. They came back briefly to trade jingly shine for supplies and whatnot, you see, and the gobbies ear caught them trading tongue flaps about killing dragons in the Forelands. Nashu's picked up the local dialect. When the inspector learned about it later, he said he had to get after them right away and back take Gigi. He said he had a duty, not as an inspector, but as a father. Bugger that. He's got no obligations to a bloody mammoth, especially one that chose to leave of its own free will, as I recall. I swear, I turned my back on the boy for one bleeding second, and he loses his goddamn mind. I'm afraid he might try to do something reckless. Don't you think we should try to find him and offer hand lending? Getting ready for bed, but you have to remove an orange fuzzball before you can go to bed. Aww, an orange fuzzball who takes it personally whenever you try and transplant him. Aww, cute. Aww, cats are the best. I am rather more concerned about what will happen if the Grand Sirs attack, or worse, kill any of Harry's Velga's brood. But first things first, I suppose. Milchan, would you be so kind as to assist Mistresses Nashu and Julian in their search for the inspector? I will pay a visit to Archmage's Quan's abandoned abode in the meantime. Oh, and before you think to refuse, know that you need not fear for my safety. Let us just say that our singular experiences together have inured me to the harsh realities of, well, reality. Huh. Could it be the scrawny little shite's finally found his spine? Let's start by heading to Tailfeather. I reckon the inspector probably went there first to ask after the Grand Sirs, so if we do the same, we're sure to catch up with him eventually. Oh, yes, no, I haven't read the journal entries for this. I forgot to. Oh, I was too busy doing fates last night. Oh, mate, maybe I'll go through them at the end of this questline. The Warrior of Light, Slayer of Gods, Rider of Dragons, Stealer of Pants. That is pretty good. Just tell you all for that. Rum. Rum, rum. Come on. There we go. Hildy practically grew up in the saddle. Gave him his firm thighs and buttocks, it did. Alright. Right then. I say we split up and make inquiries separately. If you learn anything about the Inspector or the Grand Sirs or Gigi, come and tell me. Ah, Nero, he's so pretty. Look how pretty blue he is. Ah. He's good. The Ishgarians with the mammoth. They were here, aye, proclaiming to all and sundry that they were going to slay the greatest dragon of them all. The gods only know if the naive fools were serious. Okay. Dragons are not to be trifled with, and I hardly think those so-called veterans were even remotely capable of doing what they claimed they would. Better not be messing with Grace Vilga's brood. Aw, just a little chocobo chick running around. That's cute. Oops, I clicked the button accidentally. Oh, look at you, oh my god. They're so cute. Oh, those daft sods. They were for Annex Trine. Not quite sure what their intentions were, but they were awfully confident, that much I recall. Oh. If you're looking for the 3-ish guardians with the mammoth, maybe head to Annex Trine. Assuming they didn't run afoul of ill-tempered dragons, you'll probably find them there. Three dragon slayers and a mammoth, eh? I'd call you a mama if I hadn't seen them come through earlier, boasting about how they were off to kill the biggest one yet. Speak with Nashu. Wait, where's Nashu? Nashu! Aha. Actually, before I talk to her, I wonder if I can see, what's her name around? Talking to people? Julian, there we go. Have you seen my dear baby boy? He's about yay high and prone to bouts of zombification. That's a good way to describe him. Blue, best colour? Yeah. You made Noctis's chocobo blue? Nice. Oh, I see. So the Grand Sirs were headed for Annex Trine. And my dear boy wasn't far behind them either. What are we waiting for? Let's go, let's go! Over to Annex Trine. Room. Turn the mount music off again just because the zone music is so lovely in Heavensward. Well. Did Hildy do this? Usually he ends up on the receiving end. Legs. Oh, I found one of the Grand Sirs. The poor unfortunate soul who bears a striking resemblance to Orland is quite firmly embedded in the earth. Would you look at that? The inspector sure gave him what for. That may be, but where the other two get to? Not to mention the mammoth. Why don't we pull him out and ask? Though, having said that, it looks easier said than done. Yeah, this is like stone or something. That's, Oh, how silly of me. I'm sure you've got more than enough strength to yank him free. Right, Milchan? Sure. Those firm thighs and buttocks look awfully familiar. Oh no, was he trying the disguise again? Uh-oh, I think it's Hildibrand. Milchan, she's the one! If she can't do it, no one... Wait, I've got it this time, really. Yep, it's friggin' Hildibrand. Well, I'll be. He's wearing some sort of magic mask, what makes him look just like the inspector. Just like that man of a thousand faces back in Ordar. Hey, Madrick. Same old Hildy, always ending up face planted in the earth somehow. Yeah. I really wish we could get that as an emote. Just the legs in the ground. That'd be just fantastic. No, that's Hildibrand, alright. There's no fall in a mother's eyes. I say, what trouble has my beloved son gotten himself into this time? Why, hello there, Lord Godbert and Inspector Seer. How'd you two end up travelling together? Blind fortune, you might say. I was too far from Tailfeather when night began to fall, but fortunately Lord Godbert chanced to find me wandering in the wilderness. Lord Edmund told me all about this recent trouble with the Grand Sirs, as well as Hildy's investigation, and a father cannot help but take an interest in his son's affairs, can he? As for me, I was eager to share with you my recent findings, namely, Archmagus Quan's research notes. Oh, I haven't slept like that since I was buried in the Lich Yard. Well, I must confess no small measure of embarrassment to be found in such a state, having been so unceremoniously disposed of by the Grand Sirs. But ignominy notwithstanding, I am most grateful for your succour, and pleasantly surprised to be reunited with you all. He's a plant, needs some earth once in a while. This wouldn't have happened had you waited for us instead of... Wait, why in the hells are you still wearing that rubbish? An impenetrable disguise is essential when consorting with the criminal elements. Alas, 'twould seem the Grand Sirs have grown more perceptive in their newfound youth. Are they young now? Ooh. Wait, do you mean they've already regained their youth? What about Gigi? Did you see him? Was he behaving strangely? Now that you mention it, his warm, soulful eyes were rather more pointy than I remember. Oh, what's happened to Gigi? By the Fury, not pointy! According to Archmagus Quan's notes, that's a sign Gigi's using too much magic. If he carries on like this, his aether will be expended, and he'll end up naught more than an empty husk. This is terrible news. We must catch up to the Grand Sirs at once. Do you know where they were headed? All I heard was that they were keen to slay dragons. They were bound for the Churning Mists, a place called Zenith, to kill a great worm named Nidhogg. Good luck with that. Also, thank you for the follow, citizen. I have follow alerts turned off because of all the... well, various reasons, but thank you for following. Really? That all happened? Huh. I meant the other one. Herre's Velga. Herre's Velga? Fury take me. What could they possibly hope to achieve? Welp. That is not good. After finally achieving peace after 1,000 years of war, they want to kill Herre's Velga? That doesn't make any sense. At least we found the inspector, right? Watching Hildy learn and grow as a father reminds me of my own trials and tribulations. He looks well enough, but I wonder... if I could turn back time. Kiki! Get a Kiki! I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, do hereby ask you all to aid me in rescuing my son, and putting a stop to the Grand Sir's machinations. You know, there's really no need for all that. We came because we wanted to help. Aw. I, Nashu, faithful assistant, maker of explosives extraordinaire, do hereby present to you this fresh change of clothing. Capital! I knew I could count on you, Nashu. I shall change en route. Come, my friends, to Zenith and to Gigi. Alright, is he going to be wearing the regular suit, or has he got something else he's going to wear? Makes sense to the three folks who feel like they're useless without their prior dragon-slaying careers. Yeah. They want to recapture their glory, I suppose. Trooks. I say, what brilliant craftsmanship. How did they manage? Ah, it's the suit. Spending too much time at this high altitude can't be good for my skin. Huh. To think that I stand in the heart of Javanian territory. Me? How long ago was I scouring the streets for heretics? His disguises may be amazing, but nothing beats the classic Inspector look. Make ready, my friends. The final battle with the Grand Sirs is at hand. Oh. Twould seem my wounds were more serious than I thought. I fear I am in no condition to confront our foes. There is but one thing that could restore me to my former indomitable self. Well, I am a healing class at the moment. I could heal you. Or... don't you worry. Oh, no. Don't you worry. I've got some salamander oil right here. Shall Mummy give her baby boy a massage? Oh, my dearest Mummy... Mother dearest. I would not impose upon you. Not when my ever-loyal associate Melchan stands ready to minister to my muscles. Don't tell me you're embarrassed. Let Mummy take care of little Hildy's hurts. My dear wife, I know you mean well, but let Melchan handle it. I can personally testify to the healing talent of her strong yet tender fingers. Huh. Yeah, I wonder what that dialogue is if you haven't done that side quest where you have to give him a massage. There's so much like little changes in the dialogue depending on what you've done. If that's the way of it, I'm counting on you, Melchan. We couldn't finish the Hildibrand adventures without giving him a massage, apparently. Let us brook no further delay. Come, my friend, coat my body in oil, as you have done many a time before. Salamander oil massages are something of a Mandeville tradition, one I hope to pass on to little Gigi someday. Oh, the memories. You may as well get on with it. I wish Inspector Hildibrand would let me oil him up. Aw. Why do you hesitate? Have you not done this time and time again? Oil me up, woman! It rubs the oil on his skin. It does this whenever it is told. Oh, shit. Oh. Oh, how it soothes my aches and pains. Quickly now, knead it into my flesh. Knead as you have never kneaded before. Have to do it again. Oops. Surprised she didn't get jealous to learn I massaged her husband too. Yeah, actually. Yeah. Ah, God, such furious kneading. I applaud your enthusiasm, but mayhap I urge you to excessive force. Haha. Nay, you are in the right. Already the gentle warmth begins to spread throughout my body. The fires of righteousness burn anew in my breast. Hold, my son. Though your passion is renewed, you may yet be spurred to greater feats of Mandevillian strength. Derived from the purest essence of salamanders, the ancient legacy of House Mandeville. Salamandeville! To you, my beloved son, now become a proud father, I bequeath this most sacred of oils. Salamandeville! Could it be that the legends were true? Your muscles shall shine with the brilliance of 1,000 suns. No mortal man will have the power to do you harm. Verily it is so, for by its grace did I once weather the slings and arrows of a bandit horde, and bring my hammer of justice to bear upon their wicked heads. The time has come, Melchan. Take this oil, and help Hildy become the Mandeville man he was meant to be. Salamandeville. Completely normal, non-slanted activity for the Mandevilles is the thing, yes. Second massage I've had to do in Heavensward Hildy. Yeah, I had to massage that the old man as well. In Rome Reborn, Mandeville. Yeah, how many massages did I have to do there? I had to massage him early on, and there's a side quest where you massage him, and I don't remember how many other times. See if there's any different dialogue. Doesn't seem like it. No. I am ready for my final oiling, Melchan. Salamandeville. The best of the best for a Mandeville man. To rise to the top as the cream only can. So for the lack of a logical plan, massage the Mandeville man. Oh, the Salamandeville! How it flows into every nook and cranny. Quickly now, lay your hands upon me. Massage me with all your might. Yes, yes! That's the spirit. I can feel it building and rising. Rising! Now he's flexing. Hurrah! Such passion! Such fervour! I am the inferno unbound, the tempest unleashed, but I have not yet begun to pose. Just thinking this storyline has doubled the stakes by doubling the massages. It has. I am a Mandeville man! That Salamandeville is, my word. I have never felt so alive. Such vibrant colours, such intense sounds, such fragrant smells. Mother, father, Melchan, 'twas your oils and your strong yet tender fingers which opened my eyes to the glory of creation. I am a gentleman inspector reborn! Onward to zenith! No matter the laws of nature they pervert, or the limits they break, The Grand Sirs can do naught to stop me. I kind of hope he gets one shot. I do wonder if Horace Velga is going to show up. Where's Gigi? The smuggest smile in the world. Oh, Gigi looks mean. Grand Sirs, I have come for my son. Oh, must we do this now? We have a dragon to slay. There is no need for any of this. The war is over. But not for long. The worm's death will give rise to a new era of fire and blood, and we, having consumed his eyes, will use our new powers to win untold glory on the battlefield. Our legends will echo in eternity. Ugh, scumbag.
Scum.
Thank you, Virgil. You would doom countless innocents for glory? No, I won't allow it. Over my dead body. Far be it from us to deny you, then. This is the end for you. The ultimate end. Oh, jeez. I love this. This is very elaborate. Ultimate End is the name of the attack of the Knights of the Round from FF7. Ah, okay. Was that whole animation like a reference as well? Of course the Heavensward used it too. Ah, okay. That's cool. It was? Nice. That's awesome. The Hildibrand quests are like the Ace Attorney, yeah. You're never sure how ridiculous the answers can get. Have faith, my love. He is our son. Gigi, my beautiful boy, pray do not look on me with such pointy eyes. Let Papa Hildy take you home, to our gazebo. Stop calling me that. My name is Vivi. Vivi, I remember everything. My powers, my purpose, my grandpapa Quan. I made them young again, but it's not enough. I need more. More. I need the worm's eyes. And then I can finally bring him back. Aw. I'm sorry, Gigi, but no, you cannot. Grandpapa Quan is gone. He's right, Gigi. Mayhap you could restore his corporeal form and breathe life into it, but his soul, what made him your grandpapa, is forever beyond your reach. That's not true! I can restore anything to its ideal form, to the way it should be. Even Grandpapa Quan. Even you, Papa Hildy. Please, Gigi, you have to stop. If you keep using your power, you'll die. I don't understand. Your clothes are still dirty and tattered. Because this is his ideal form. As they should be, Gigi. For my every waking moment is as the gods intended. Every day I live life to the fullest. Every day I enjoy grand adventures. I found your grandpapa's research notes. What he gave you wasn't the power to make things the way they were. He gave you the power to change the world, to make things the way you yourself believe they should be. That's why your magics have no effect on the Inspector. Because you know in your heart that this battered and bruised form of his is, in its own way, right. My thoughts exactly, Inquisitor Seer, and it is for this self-same reason that you were unable to make Grandmaster Quan younger. In your heart you knew there was naught that needed to be changed. Your beloved grandpapa was exactly as he should be. Your every day was to be treasured and worthy of celebration. Then what about the Grand Sirs? Why was I able to make them young again? All you truly knew of them were the stories they told. Wondrous tales of daring do by heroes in the prime of their lives. It's no wonder you were able to envision them as such. Okay, they were never actually this powerful. That's all they ever talked about. When they were young and free and full of fire. At first, Archmagus Quan didn't understand the true nature of your abilities. He struggled to deduce why you could not make him younger, as he originally intended. Eventually, he realized that your fond memories of him were preventing you from conceiving of him as anything but an elderly creator, and that the only way to achieve his goal would be to take them from you. But you were all he had left in the world. No longer a mere mammoth, but a friend. Family. His only family. His grandson. He couldn't bear to lose you, so he renounced his quest for immortality. But I still lost my memories in the end. He was afraid of leaving you all alone in the world. Afraid that others would attempt to take advantage of you and your magics. So before he died, he decided to take your memories from you after all, to protect you. But despite his best efforts, something remained. Something stronger and more powerful and more resilient than anything Archmage's Quan ever dared dream. Love. You were never broken, Gigi. You were never abandoned. All he wanted was to set you free. Aww. Free? Free to do what? Whatever you like, Gigi. Don't you see? That was his final gift to you. A new life. A new story, all your own. Aww. The Heavensward is the Knights of the Round, yeah. You may not like it, but this is what peak performance looks like. This has all been very, very touching, but we're not getting any younger. Well, you aren't, at any rate. We have suffered your meddling long enough. I had intended to use this trap to kill the worm, but since you are so perfectly positioned... Uh-oh. Wow. Yes. Oh. I am Vivi, grandson of Archmage's Quan, and Gigi, son of Hildibrand Hilidor Maximilian Mandeville. What was that last line? And this is my story. Aww. That's so sweet. She's just having a nap, I think. What does a Hildibrand questline give you feels? It's not allowed. Yeah, because they're really good questlines. Oh. Oh god. BV. Right, this is supposed to be haha funny idiot man times. Not oh no, funny idiot man is actually good dad times. Yes. BV. I'm a little scared by Julian. It's like it never happened. With the last of his strength, he turned back the hands of time. Not just for the pillars, but for us all. He made us all as we once were, as we were meant to be. After all that gallivanting about, I get bugger all. What about my misspent youth? I was not meant to be this bloody old. Ha ha ha! Such a fine day! Never have I squatted with such perfect form. I may well have reached my physical peak. Ha! What rot! Act your age, you daft sod. You look foolish. You should be grateful. Gigi saw what you had become and gave you a second chance. That was our second chance. To relive our glory days. It was all rather silly though, wasn't it? Maybe Quan had the right of it. Maybe it's not so bad growing old. I was a coward when I was young, but now that I'm old, I'm not afraid to say things like, I love you, Doris. Aww. Aww. You're a blind, bloody fool, Gonspart. She's still very evil. I say, am I dead again? Quite alive, Inspector, along with everyone else, thanks to Gigi. The Grand Sirs are also in our custody. Ha ha ha! That's my boy! Where is the little tyke anyway? Gigi. Gigi embarked on a grand new adventure. He's no longer with us. Aww. I see. If that's what he wanted then I could not be happier for him. I'm sure Archmage's Quan would feel the same way. What do we do now, Inspector? Is it not obvious, Nashu? The wide, wide world beckons to us, with the promise of mystery and wonder. we shall resume our never-ending quest for cases perplexing and profound, and perhaps, one day, we shall meet young Gigi again. I hate to admit it, but this whole mess got me thinking that maybe it wouldn't be so bad if I really did have a grandson. Aww. You did right by Gigi, Hildy. Your father and I can see that. We're proud of the man you've become. And I am proud of you too, Mother, for finally coming to terms with the ephemeral nature of physical beauty and allowing yourself to age gracefully. She looks really young though, is the thing. She does not look old at all. Gracefully, was it? He's blasting off to a new adventure. I fear we may have had a failure to communicate. There he goes again. Wait for me, Inspector. Wait! Hark! What is that curious light I spy in the far eastern skies? And this oh so familiar scent which fills my nostrils? Do I smell a case? Worry not for me, my friends, for wherever the wronged want for succour, I, Hildibrand, shall be there, till we meet again. Oh. Team Mandeville's blasting off again. Yup. So I wonder if there's any way if I can get rid of this again. Don't know. I say, you do know that so long as the core remains intact, little Gigi is not actually dead? No. That's right. So dry your tears, boy. There's no need for all this moping about. Her weapon, oh my god. He has fallen into a dormant state because he used up all his aether. His core will gradually recharge as it draws upon the ambient aether, and in time, he will awaken from his torpor. I shall tend to the child for now. Yay! As for these three, I should be glad to take them back to Ishgard in your stead. A most generous offer, my lord, but hardly necessary. After all, 'tis my duty to bring them to justice. Oh, yes. It was my duty. After everything I said to that young Inquisitor, I can't go back to Ishgard. They'll toss me in a jail and throw away the key, if they don't kill me outright. So go to Idleshire and live in Hildy's gazebo. Someone ought to look after it while he's away, no? That doesn't sound all that bad, actually. Full glad I am to accept your offer. I suppose there's nothing for it but to wait until he comes back down. And whose fault is that? Emmerich, buddy, you really, really need to abolish the Inquisition. Yes, please. 'Twas a most graceful strike, my love. You haven't lost your touch. Wow. Everyone's left. Everyone's gone. I was kind of hoping Horace Velga would show up halfway through and be like, what's going on here? And then just leave again. I suppose there's nothing for it but to leave the Grand Sirs to Lord Godbert, and for me to see to Inspector Hildibrand's gazebo. I'd like to thank you for everything you've done. If you find yourself in Idleshire, come and see me. There are a few arrangements that I need to make, but I can't imagine that it would take that long for me to settle in. Thank you, my friend. Until we meet again. Idleshire. To be fair, Emmerich has 1,000 things still on his plate. True. And the Inquisition is all but self-combusting at this point. Yeah. Hey, it's another silver fuller. Looking back on the course I've run, it's hard not to think of the man I was and feel ashamed. Before I took on this case, I had only left the capital a handful of times. The rubbish I believed, the facts I considered unassailable. Fury take me, what a fool I was. If I hadn't met you and the Inspector and Gigi, I would have never realised how much I had come to hate my job. Nor would I have discovered how much more satisfying it is to seek out the truth. The whole truth. And nothing but the truth. One might say that getting labelled a heretic and having to flee Ishgard is the best thing that could have happened to me. After all, now I am free to start a new life here in Idleshire as a consulting inspector. Aw, that's cute. But enough of that. There is someone I would like you to meet. Gigi! Lord Godbert made some modifications, as you can see. His smaller size should allow him to absorb ether more effectively over time. We thought that, if he were to travel with you and share in your grand adventures, that maybe it would hasten his reawakening. Okay, he hasn't fully awakened yet. Okay. Oh, he's so small! Oh my god! Thank you, my friend. I do hope our paths cross again someday. May the Fury bless you and keep you. Oh, he's so sweet. Oh. Aw. It's got a proper inspector outfit now. Oh, that's great. The gentle dead man. Hildibrand will return? Question mark? Credits like this is a TV serial, yeah. I love how they present all the Hildibrand stuff. It's so good. Oh, I was hoping he would be hanging out here and you could just come talk to him. That is what you are. Gigi's best friend. Ah! That's a good title. Ah! Gigi, also known as Vivi, but his secret is safe with you. I love that they worked in Vivi into this game somehow. It's great. I love Vivi from FF9. The secret to the lost art of temporal magics is believed to be buried deep within this ancient automaton, created by the legendary Chilean archmagus Quan. Vitality levels are dangerously low due to a power drainage necessary to save the lives of his companions. I dare say you have the potential to be an exemplary inspector someday, Hildibrand. Now let's go on in the favourites. Gonna have Gigi for a while. Ah. Oh, cutie. Hello, sweetie. Ah, Cleo's here. She knows I turned off the cat alarm so we could finish that uninterrupted. But I'm going to set off the cat alarm and feed her. And then when we come back, we're going to do the Scholasticate quest, the Briardien stuff. Oh, little baby, oh my god. Hug. Hug you. So what emotes do they respond to? It's only certain minions, isn't it? Oh, he's so cute. Oh my god. So who's this? Ah, wherefore art thou, Inspector Seer? Good question. I wanted to say hi to him. I really liked Inspector Seer. They did a good job with his character arc. Like that earlier I was saying, just leave the Inquisition. And he totally did. That was cool. And it's always fun hanging out with Hildibrand's parents. They are hilarious. That was really good. Could you imagine if they had added Steiner as well? Oh, that would be awesome. Steiner's great. Alright, line up in front of the picture, Gigi. Face the other way. Face the other way. It's hard to get minions to do what you want. Oh, cute. Yeah. I'm gonna feed the cat. Do the cat alarm. Very fond of the new characters they had for Heavensward Hildy quests. Yeah. They've done such a great job with these characters. Alright. Here we go. We got a cat alarm. Oh. Oh, where'd you go? There you are. Hello, sweetie. How you doing? Hmm? How you doing, sweetie? Aww. Wanna stand up? No, you're too busy scratching. Meow. Meow. Wanna stand up? No, sometimes I can get her to stand up on her back legs. Not today though, she just wants her food. No, alright. Gonna go feed her. We'll take a quick break. Give you an idling camera to look at. And I'll let you just enjoy the Idleshire music. That's pretty good. And it's not a long break today, just a... Oops. About a 10-minute break. And I'll be back. Hello, I'm back. I am back. Guilty quests have good characters. You love the cast and the machinist and rogue? Yeah. Oh, the machinist crew was so good. And yeah, I miss the rogue crew. They were really good. Only halfway through the VOD for Astrologian. Can't say much about that one. Levavor's a wonderful character. Yeah. Yeah, I really like the Astrologian crew. Because it starts off really slow. The 30 through 50 quests were really slow. It was more about like learning about the constellations. But then the 50 through 60 quests fleshed out the characters more. So that was where I started really liking that crew of characters. It's kind of amazing just how many different characters they have in this game that are just really endearing. Really well fleshed out. Thank you, Tag. Alright. Well, we've done the Hildibrand questline. So there's a questline about Briardien. It was one of the characters from the Realm Reborn Hildibrand stuff. That's over in Ishgard. I'm glad we get to see him again. I liked him. He was basically Miles Edgeworth, so... You haven't hit that point yet? You just got through the slow stuff? Ah, yep. Yeah, it did start very slow. But the 50 through 60 stuff's real good. I don't know how long this questline is, or like what it involves or whatever. But we'll find out together. Just see how long it takes and such. Starts over here. Level 56, Keeping the Ledger. Mathai has the look of a man who has lost everything. Hats. It's quite a hat. Ugh. It's like a Deathwing chin. Good day to you, miss. How may I help you? Oh, you wish to help me? Well, your timing couldn't be better. It would seem I have misplaced the record of sales for my most esteemed client, Saint Endelim's Scholasticate. Said client had requested another volume from the 72 articles of Hellenic polity. There are 14 in total, and try as I might, I cannot recall which one they specified. Surely you can imagine how embarrassing it would be were I to ask them again myself, and they to learn the reason why. That's why I need you to go in my stead. No need for overt inquiries, mind. Just make small talk, and surreptitiously examine the shelves to see what might be missing. The last thing I need is to tell clients I've forgotten their order. Please go to the Scholasticate and find out which volume is missing. Scholasticate. Up there. Let's see, is there a thing to hide chat log? Switch. I think so. Oh. Samurai 60 through 70 pisses you off so much. Oof, okay. That's a shame. Really should sleep, but you want to see Edge Briardien. That's fair. Sleep is pretty important too. But yeah, it doesn't quite feel the same when you're watching a VOD, yeah. When you get used to chatting about stuff. You've taken interest in the Scholasticate robes. I remember how I longed for the privilege to wear them, but now that they make me a clear target for people's anger, I feel more guilt than joy. Anger, okay. St. Raymonau's Cathedral. You need not speak while in the chapel, for the fury can hear the whispers of your soul. The 72 articles? Oh, I do recall borrowing a volume. Which one I cannot say. Would that I had the time to read it. Truth be told, my so-called schoolmates have kept me rather preoccupied of late. Not a day goes by without them pulling some childish prank on my dear friend Theo Mossant. Well, they try at least. I do what I can to see their plans come to naught. To know they will move on to become clergymen, or even prelates. We live in a truly unjust world. Okay. Pray keep your voice down when inside the Scholasticate. Sure. You can right-click the tab name. I think that shows hide log window. Oh! Thank you! Thank you! Thank you so much! Thank you! I've been wanting to know how to do that for so long. Because whenever I'm in a cutscene and I miss a line of dialogue, and I open this up just to go look at it, and then I can't hide it again. Thank you so much! Thank you! That's a game changer. Oh, pardon me. The 72 articles? Why yes, I've been poring over volumes 12 and 13. The subject matter is quite dense, hardly something that could be handled in a single sitting. If you have need, I could bear to part with them for a short while. Nah. No? I see. In that case, I shall continue my studies. The subject matter of volumes 12 and 13 is quite perplexing, but to become a clergyman requires diligence and great sacrifice. Hop! How's your research going? Oh no, my robes are on fire. You are studying the 72 articles as well? I suppose that makes one of us. I require volume 4, but it has yet to be returned. It outlines the canon laws of the Ishgard Orthodoxy. In truth, these books are all rather dense, especially after the 11th volume. You must memorize the teachings of the 4th to set a foundation for everything that follows. Lay was the last to borrow it as far as I know, but he's been so busy of late. Something about helping children being bullied. If he is truly so busy, I wish he would at least return the book to us. If I had known he would keep it for so long, I would have skipped ahead in my studies to pore over it. Hello. Hey, Nora? Yeah, we just finished Hildibrand. But I'll update the stream title to just Scholasticate quests. Heavensward Hildibrand was really good. Very short, but very good. You find a listing for volumes 1 through 9 on the shelf. However, volumes 4 and 6 appear to be missing. And 6, okay. 6 is missing. Ha! A lowborn stumbles into the Scholasticate and thinks herself qualified to study orthodox doctrine. How droll. Our facilities are reserved for those who have potential, like myself. I'll have you know that I'm working through the final volume of the 72 articles. A simpleton like you could spend a lifetime in study and fail to comprehend a single word, I expect. But don't let me dissuade you. Start with volume 1 and mull over the first few pages for a year or so. I could. Or I could punch him in the face. For the last time, I'm reading through the 14th volume. You can count, can't you? I'll never understand why they let you people in here. Well, I think we know who's responsible for the bullying. You find volume 10 lying on the table. Fury take me. Must we revise the entire curriculum? Hey, what do you do here? Though I do still teach on occasion, my primary responsibilities are now administrative, as I serve directly under Headmistress Elvain. Her knowledge of the Enchiridion is without peer, and it is well that His Eminence appointed her to oversee the Scholasticate. However, owing to her age, she is unable to attend to all her duties. Her absence is felt most keenly in these chaotic times, when we must re-evaluate the veracity of our entire doctrine, when seminarians and clergy dare not travel unescorted for fear of coming to harm. By the Fury, where in the hells has my nephew got to? St. Endelim's Scholasticate is where gods-fearing men and women come to seek a proper theological education. Traditionally, our seminarians would be expected to study a diverse range of subjects, from the fundamentals of Ishgardian theology to the intricacies of canon law. However, due to recent revelations concerning church doctrine, we are currently re-evaluating our entire curriculum. Good. At this point in time, it is difficult to say what changes will be made. At the very least, I should expect the trivium and the quadrivium to remain, but the administration is somewhat divided on other subjects. I have no doubt that the headmistress and I are sensitive to the people's concerns. We wish only to educate and guide them. Oh, I can't sit on this? Well, I can, but just not with a proper sitting animation. Now class, pretend to be a teacher. They're so young, they make me feel tall. We find volume 6 on the shelf. Oh, we found 6. Back to Mathai. I wonder if there's any changed dialogue in here from the last time I came here. Bit of story. When my grandson became a knight of House Fortom, I was so proud. But now, every day I come to pray for his safe return. Oh, but the war's over. As the shepherd watches over his flock, so do we of St. Raymond's Cathedral care for those who seek sanctuary in these trying times. May the grace of Helene keep you safe on your journey. The chamber for the headmistress of St. Endelim's Scholasticate lies beyond. As she is quite busy these days, those without arrangements for an audience will be asked to leave. Oh! I can actually jump over that. Can't go through the door, though. Hey. Hey, you. Oh. Okay. I'm not causing trouble. Not at all. Just playing with cards, okay? Nice weather here today. Not snowing for once. Back from the Scholasticate? Good. So, which volume are they missing? Oh, I have to actually answer? I think it's volume 4. I wasn't really paying attention. I didn't think I would have to actually figure it out. Well, I know volume 14 is not the one, so I'm going to answer 14, see what happens. No, I'm fairly certain they have a copy of that volume. You seem to have forgotten the missing volume number. And he just got the same dialogue for each. Oh, volume 11. Yes, that's it. I remember now. My business and reputation are safe thanks to you. Oh, was that actually the right one? Okay. Yay, lucky guess. As I'm sure you can imagine, falling out of their good graces would bode ill for business. The Scholasticate is the cornerstone of education within the church, and all members of the clergy must pass through its doors. With but a word from the headmistress, I could lose everything I own. Or worse. But thanks to you, my dear madam, my business is safe. You've told me more than you'll ever know. Not expecting to do detective work in a detective story? Nope. Not at all. Contradicting convictions. Ah, my dear miss, how fare you these days? Can't say business has been well myself. As you are aware, the church is in a bit of turmoil, and it's taking a toll on my profits. Unrest is understandable, yet there are many who are using the confusion to take out their anger on my best customers. Now, I'm not one to get mixed up in politics, but the students of the Scholasticate pay good gill for tomes and feathered quills. One made a request that I want to oblige in order to keep the coin flowing. On behalf of her peers, she told me some disagreeable folk have been following seminarians back to the cathedral, hurling all manner of insults. Easily singled out by their uniforms, they don't feel comfortable walking out in the open these days, and that includes around the crozier. If you're inclined to keep an eye out for those who would try to harass the students, I'd ask you to make a round near the road to St. Raymond's Cathedral. If you see anyone starting trouble, do what adventurers do best. You know, break it up, keep the peace, look intimidating. The students should be returning to the Scholasticate soon. Sure. Very well hidden subquest, yeah. Yeah, it was just marked like any other side quest. There's so many good things in this game. And a lot of them are like hidden gems. Spineless seminarian. We understand his grievances, but we are mere students of the holy word. Sir, can we not discuss this like civilized men? Our lives are hard enough without some fresh-faced seminarian rubbing salt into our wounds. Will your precious words repay us for what we've lost? Will they bring back the dead? No, of course not, but as a pupil of the Scholasticate, I cannot forsake the teachings. If you give the book back, I am certain I can show you the proper passage to provide succour in your time of... How dare you! As if the lies in this book will keep us warm at night. Better to destroy it than be destroyed by it. Ooh. Getting real. Sir? Sir! I absolutely cannot allow you to take that particular tome. Come back. Is he really going to... Oh no. You're an adventurer, aren't you? Please, will you help my friend get his tome back? We were on our way back to the Scholasticate when that man accosted us. It has become an unfortunate occurrence these days, but this is the first time someone went so far as to make off with one of our books. Theo Mercent may mean well, but I fear he will get caught up in a lot more trouble if they outnumber him. I'll go and get help. I'll be fine. The cathedral's not far from here, but please help my friend. He treasures that book more than his life. Oh dear. Alright. Where are we going? The broom. Okay. Hildibrand as a whole is kind of like that. Just this very unassuming blue quest in Uldar. Yes. And then oops, it's 5 hours later and your sides hurt from laughing. Yup. Oh, it's great. Alright. Have a little look-see around. It says they're down here. Aha. I'm warning you. You'd best not meddle with what you don't know. This is a pretty complicated situation. This ain't right. Well, what have we here? Any ideas on what to do with these two, Ben? Ben? Is that you? My goodness, what are the chances of meeting at a time like this? Please, I would appreciate it if you would ask your friend to produce the tome he has taken from me. Well, well. Dear Merchant, it's been a while. Careful now. I was in the mood for some light reading, but if you or your friend so much as take a step, your precious tome goes up in smoke. Oh well. Ah, The Parables of Saint Danaphan. I know this title. It's the one we were read as children. I recall Father Choiseul gave you his own copy before you left the broom for your higher learning. Then you know how much it means to me. I made a promise to him to keep its lessons dear to my heart, and I have kept it with me ever since. All the more reason to burn it, to scatter the ashes, and your dreams along with them. He taught us three the same. Why was I left to rot in this wretched place? Why not you or Lee? What made you two so bloody special? Put the book down, Ben, or I'll see you burned as well. Oh, okay. Angry. Of all the people, you'd best watch yourselves. The world is changing, and we won't listen to your lies anymore. I'll make sure of that. Oh, well. Rip. Rip book. Well, this is very serious in tone. I wasn't sure what I was expecting, but it's certainly not Hildibrand. Sacrilegious bastard. It's been badly charred. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid you won't get much out of it now. Worry not, Lee. I've already committed the entire text to heart. I'm just happy it has been returned to me. Typical. You shouldn't let him off the hook so easily, you know. Were it not that I pity him, I'd hand him over to the Inquisitors without a second thought. By the way, hi! You came to help me, yes? Were it not for you, I'm certain they would have turned their hatred towards me soon after. I wish I could pay you for your services, but I'm afraid I live on but a meagre stipend, hardly enough for candles and ink. But if you would be so kind as to tell me your name? Hey, I killed Nidhogg. Madam Angura, I am sincerely grateful to you for your protection. I may not have much in the way of coin, but if you are ever in need of spiritual enlightenment, then you need look no further than the cathedral. Halone's blessings be upon you. What does one do with the smouldering tome of parables? Oh, another mysterious figure. Will they struggle to abide the lessons of its now blackened words, or rise from its ashes? This answer I eagerly await. Alright. Back to the Scholasticate? No, back to him. Okay. Back to the merchant. Why does this guy have to be at the other end of the market? Doesn't he know how inconvenient that is? Oh, hey. Oh, thank goodness. It's just an adventurer. I beg your pardon, but with all the violence in the streets, I find myself all too wary of those who approach me. You've returned, and not a moment too soon. The students seem less anxious, and business has nearly returned to normal. I presume you found who has been harassing them? Oh dear, not again. Where are the patrols when they are needed? They've been spread thin from what I hear. Fortunately, this lady was willing to lend a hand. I thank you for looking out for the well-being of our pupils. I am Sister Gaytel of St. Endelim's Scholasticate. And might I ask your... Oh dear, I know your face. You are Madame Angura, the one who had a hand in revealing the true history of the Holy See. Yeah, this is a bit awkward. What? By the... You mean to tell me I've been tasking the Madame Angura as my errand girl? And you accepted it with such grace? Helena herself could not have arranged such a curious encounter. On the contrary, I believe our meeting is the product of intervention most divine. Madame Angura, if you would be so inclined, I would like to take you to meet the headmistress of our humble Scholasticate. Sure. I thought they would be angry with me for, throwing their whole order into chaos. I am Nod. By your deeds was light shed on certain inconsistencies in Ishgard's history, and to a lesser extent the Church's teachings. Needless to say, the resulting controversy has strained the relationship between the people and the clergy. The foundation of our great city-state rests upon the wisdom of the Enchiridion. Alas, the lowborn in particular have suffered greatly as a result of erroneous interpretations. Some have even begun to wonder if all our precepts have been thus distorted. We of the Scholasticate are wont to reflect upon these revelations deeper than most. Although we live as scholars, we had grown complacent, accepting a single interpretation set forth by the Archbishop and his predecessors. Although we are openly re-evaluating our teachings, our students continue to be targeted by those who feel they have been deceived. As you yourself have no doubt seen, there are those who would rather purge the city of all clergy, regardless of their guilt. Aww. But with you on our side, surely these miscreants would think twice before harming our students. Pray come and visit our halls. I am certain the students would be at ease to see you again as well. Sure. I'm used to constantly being asked to do menial tasks. Yep. The benefits of consultation. Oh, my face must be red as a beet at this moment. Well, Let me know if you ever feel a burning need to help out again. When you have the time, of course. What have you done this time? Gaetel looks at you with bright eyes. I must take my leave and return to the cathedral. Mathai, it has been a pleasure. Madame Angura, I sincerely hope you shall consider my offer to meet with the headmistress. Halone's blessings be upon you both. That poor guy. To the cathedral. Well, they're openly rewriting their teachings, and that's good. They're not just trying to follow up with the friggin' Archbishop. I guess he's gone, so... I wonder when this is set. Is it before or after 3.3? Because that was when the church was officially separated from state. Madame Angura, yes? Sister Gaetel was hopeful you would come and visit. She awaits you inside. Hello. How are things? To think there are those who would try to sully the reputation of the church. Meanwhile, I can do naught but spend countless hours poring over these books. I still have much to learn of the doctrine, this is true, but the clergy will not be subject to suspicion or ridicule after I take the cloth. Madame Angura, it seems Halone has answered my prayer that you would visit our halls. Oh, I think we got a fan. Fury, take me. Oh, I already talked to you. To make it sort of dubious? Ah, okay. Madame Angura, welcome to the Scholasticate. I appreciate you coming all this way, but I am afraid the headmistress is not here at the moment. She has taken leave to rest. Forgive me, but I must ask you to meet with her another day. It truly is a pity, as I too was looking forward to her audience with you. Allow me to formally introduce myself. I am Father Briardien. I have heard much about you from Sister Gaetel. In the headmistress's absence, I have been charged with tending to myriad administrative matters. While that would ordinarily constitute as simply waxing the seal or a pile of parchments, I have been forced to take a more hands-on approach. The Deputy Headmaster and I were just discussing a rather troubling event, which occurred soon after our students' encounter in the broom, and we fear it may be connected. Madame Angura, you are familiar with the statue of Saint Valerian, the one in the centre of the forum? House Zemel's stonemasons have been working on chiselling a new head, and one of our students has been tasked with overseeing their work. The centre of the forum? Yeah. Uh-oh. Unfortunately, this student has since reported that the piece has vanished from the artisan's workshop. Given that it has little monetary value, Father Briardien and I cannot help but wonder if... the culprit bears a grudge towards this student? Briardien, Consulting Inspector, at your service. Mel-chan? What brings you here of all places? Oh, don't tell me. You were the hero that the students have been murmuring about? I cannot say I am surprised. You are acquainted with my nephew, Madame Angura? Ah, yep, he's the nephew, of course. Yes, mine uncle. You could say our paths have crossed. More than once. An idea occurs to me. Melchan is an adventurer of exceptional skill, in combat and deduction both. Pray, allow me to appoint her as my assistant, no, associate, in my work here at the Scholasticate. A prolonged association is like to raise more than a few eyebrows, if not invite criticism. While I understand your concern, I am willing to trust Briardien's judgment. Madame Angura has shown nothing but compassion towards our students. At least permit me her company in ascertaining the piece's whereabouts. You may judge the value of our association afterwards. Very well, but no one is to speak of this to the headmistress. I will allow Madame Angura to accompany you, but only for the duration of the investigation. And for the love of the Fury, be discreet. Excellent. Come, Melchan. I'm so short. Our first course of action will be to question the student responsible for overseeing the statue's restoration. Okay, so that's where he gets it from. That's good. Your friendship with Briardien may be a blessing in disguise. I hope you will find the missing piece soon. I pray the Fury will give you the speed to solve this conundrum before the headmistress returns. Okay, did he just not want her to know that the head was stolen? Doesn't want to get in trouble, I think. Soot and white pumice dust. We have our boy. Oh, of course it was him. Or Theomacent. Theomacent. I'm gonna go with that. Interesting idea to explore. People like to think about the part of the story where the noble rebels overthrow the evil tyrannists. The mess that comes afterwards, working at a new order. Yeah. Yeah, I'm really interested how this questline goes. Yeah, because like these students didn't have anything to do with the corruption, the lies. Didn't have anything to do with any of that. It sounds like a lot of these teachers didn't either. Madame Angura, a pleasant surprise to see you once more. Praise be to Helone. So you are asking after the statue piece. I made sure to lock the workshop door, so I don't understand how it could have been taken. But worry not, I take full responsibility and will personally see it returned. That won't be necessary. Inspector Briardien, at your service. I am told you were recently harassed by several ruffians in the Broom, and I suspect they may be responsible for this theft. What can you tell me about these men? Nothing, Inspector. I had never seen them before in my life. And besides, why would they want to steal the statue piece? It makes no sense. In any event, as I said, the responsibility is mine and mine alone. Now, if you would excuse me. Admirable sense of responsibility notwithstanding, he's clearly hiding something. You see some psycholocks? Melchan, I think we may find our answers in Foundation. While I make inquiries in the Broom, I ask that you keep an eye on the Forum. Many miscreants are wont to delight in their misdeeds, and this one may be drawn to the statue. Play hopscotch on the tables. Alright, so what statue was it? Over there, okay. Oh, that one. Yep, yep. Right outside the inn. The Forgotten Knights. Yeah, this one. Just get my robes all wet. Ben, yep. Here's Ben. You again. I told you not to meddle in my affairs. Away with you. Madame Angora, how did you... I suppose I should be honest with you. I'm certain the stolen piece is in that crate. I know you are helping the inspector, but I beg you, let me try to reason with Ben first. Ben, please return the statue piece and all shall be forgiven. You do understand the consequences of what you are doing? Defiling a saint's monument is a serious crime. When Father Choiseul read us stories at the orphanage, you loved the ones about Saint Valeriant. Do you not wish to see the statue restored? Saint Valeriant, an Azure Dragoon who drew the Great Worm away from Ishgard. For all we know, that too was a lie. The Holy See and the bloody Highborn deceived us, Theo. They built their fortunes on our backs. But you would willingly believe those lies if it meant a chance at a better life for yourself. Ouch. I knew you were the one behind this. You've been following Theo and me ever since we met in the broom. Be careful, Melchan. He's not going to give it up without a fight. Don't worry, I've got a star globe. Wait, all of you. I still believe Ben will do what's right. There you go again, turning up your nose and spewing shite, as if you're one of them. Don't you see? I am doing what's right. I'm ridding us of these false heroes. Bah, keep your bloody head, and your library and lessons filled with lies. Believe them if you want. You're just as bad as the rest. Also doesn't mean that everything they teach is lies either. Yeah. It's sad thinking about them trying to just rebuild their whole religion, their whole belief system. Now they know there are so many lies at the core of it, but yeah, trying to sort out what's truth. He is right to be angry. I dreamt of teaching our people to walk in Halone's grace, but when the scripture itself has been called into question, how might I find my own way? Whatever shall I do? ... Forge your own path. My own path? You mean interpret the scripture on my own? A different approach to our faith, to be sure, but mayhap you have the right of it. Forgive me, Ben, but I've come too far to give up now. If Halone's teachings have been distorted by man's hand, then by man's hand must they be redeemed. That's all well and good, but we won't change Ishgard by standing around in the snow. At least Ben left us that statue piece. We'd best return it before that prized peacock starts squawking to the deputy headmaster. Will you come too, Melchan? I'm sure he will appreciate your help in retrieving it. Oof, that looks very heavy. I mean, it's pure, it's solid stone, so... Good luck carrying that. Yeah, there's been so many stories about, like in fiction, about corrupt churches and such. But yeah, how many of them continue on afterwards with like what people do with the pieces afterwards? Yeah, this is really interesting. I know, are you falling asleep in your chair? No, you're just really bored. That's fair. I see you found the boy and the missing statue piece. Care to share with us the details? Well, that is that. All's well that ends well, yes? Yeah, this is definitely the end of the story. Theo already explained everything. We recovered the statue piece, and that's what matters. So are we dobbing in Ben, or are we trying to keep him protected? Madame Angora, I see you've returned as well. Lee and Theomossen have just finished explaining to me what happened. I thank you for your help in resolving this matter swiftly. But there appears to be something missing. Melchan, pray tell, what became of the suspect? Surely these two wish to seek justice for the theft. Those two will tell you naught, Inspector, but they are the culprits whom you seek. Uh-oh. Is this that douchebag student we saw earlier, or... Oh, God, yep. It's a douchebag. Douchebag spotted. Multiple douchebags. Acombadum. Allow me to shed some light on this troubling situation. As a son of House Zemau... Man, everyone we've met from House Zemau has been a jerk. It pained me to learn that our artisan's precious work had been spirited away, so I saw fit to conduct mine own investigation. I followed Lee at a distance, only to find him and his friend consorting with the culprit. Camaraderie among orphans of the broom is to be expected, but to steal a saint's head so that they may retrieve it to prove their merit? And such desperation that they would desecrate a tome in this manner? You would expect a seminarian to treat any holy text with the utmost care, even if they are but children's stories. Wait, what? Piss off, you priggish whoreson! Melchan was there. She'll tell you you're wrong. There. Enough! You will all conduct yourselves with decorum, as befits seminarians. Lee, we will discuss penance for your foul language anon. Father Bruvagnon, if I may, the next time the Scholasticate apportions work with the sacred monuments, pray entrust the task to me. I am certain the artisans of my house would be at ease knowing their work was in cleaner, more dependable hands. And as for my ignoble peers, if the comprehension of advanced scripture is still beyond you, such that you require a tattered tome of children's lessons, then allow me to procure for you a new copy with mine own coin. You need not thank me. House Zemau prides itself on its charity to the deprived. Grrr. He's gonna bite you. My tome, if you would... Oh. Oh, at least he gave it back. Douchebags. My character's so short here. Yeah. Just how long are you planning to lie there? Oh no. Does Briardien have a sister? A niece? You're completely hopeless. Oh. Thank you, Blazy. Oh. Oh. Oh god. That is so cute. This is what happens when you let him walk over you. It'll be a miracle if we're not branded heretics by the end of this term. Lee, Theomercent, consider this a warning. You were saved this time solely by Madame Angura's integrity and the grace of the Fury, but I will not turn a blind eye if you continue to fraternize with questionable company. I'm quite invested in this little cute little group of students now. Another okay, we still haven't met this questionable person. The insurmountable wall between the highborn and lowborn. I wonder, did our ancestors build it, brick by brick? Or was it fate which drove us apart? And where shall we go from here? Everyone's gone. Oh, except for that one very bored person. Excellent work, Melchan. I had no doubts that you would rise to the challenge. Madame Angura, I must apologize for the behavior of my students. They have been at each other's throats since the revelations came to light. As for your performance, you have surpassed my expectations, and I will allow you to assist Briardien in his work at the Scholasticate. Well done. If I may be so bold, Uncle, though I have but arrived, and this is the only case you have had me investigate thus far, I must say that I found it rather a waste of my talents. While theft is indeed a serious matter, I cannot help but wonder if this was merely some pretense. Surely you have a more pressing problem? They're just doing the glasses thing to each other. An astute observation. I expected nothing less. There is indeed another matter I should discuss with you and your newly appointed associate. I suspected there was more to this judging by how quickly we completed the investigation. No offence to your powers of deduction, of course. Balancing the spear. I'd better start from the beginning. It would not do to involve Madame Angura with our affairs, without first ensuring she possesses a proper understanding of how our seminary functions, and how we have been forced to change. You see, most men and women of the cloth go on to live fulfilling lives as pastors, academics, and poets. Is that how you pronounce pastors? Pastors? I'm very clearly a religious person who knows how to pronounce these words. However, those who graduate from the Scholasticate with the highest marks are given an opportunity to serve in the vault, and perhaps one day rise to prominence. The stakes are quite high for those who seek such prestige, for they know full well that their academic performance may determine their future. It is they who strive for the top 3 seats that are granted the Scholasticate's official endorsement, the Trinity. And so those who wish to guide Ishgard's faithful spend their days accumulating marks through academic pursuits, while at the same time honing their skills to persuade others to share their interpretations of Scripture. Up until now, it resulted in no more than the occasional lively debate, where the Holy See was ultimately responsible for dictating doctrine. Ranking was naturally determined by one's familiarity with said doctrine. However, in light of recent events, that is no longer an option. Simply put, we cannot currently assess their academic performance in the traditional manner, as a significant portion of the curriculum has been called into question. As a result, we have been forced to consider more subjective methods. And in this time of uncertainty, students are wont to lash out at their peers, whom they fear will exploit this interim system to their advantage. Distressing, I suppose, but what does this have to do with us? I require your unparalleled skills of observation and deduction. Pushing glasses back up on the nose is code between those who wear them. So true. What the code says is anyone's guess, even ours, but it's there. Is it kind of like it's like a Morse code, like depending on how many times we do it, it means different letters? The only way to put an end to this bickering between students is to ensure, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that our interim evaluations are conducted in a fair and equitable manner. I ask that you stand as an observer until our new curriculum is decided. Our evaluation system is vulnerable. In other words, you want us to catch the cheaters. I should have a counter for how many times they do this. Precisely. Now then, I have received word that the headmistress has returned to her office in the cathedral. I would ask that you introduce yourselves. But there is something you should keep in mind when speaking with Headmistress Elviane. She was appointed to her position by the former Archbishop. Thus her views on the curriculum are quite traditional. I would advise you to discuss matters regarding the Holy See with the utmost care. I think she should be replaced. I don't trust her. Everyone appointed by the Archbishop should not be trusted. Okay. Wow. Well, let's go meet her. Also, I love that all the students are wearing little cravats. If those are cravats. Although Uncle said we should speak with care, we would be remiss in our duties if we refrained from asking difficult questions. I trust you agree? Yes. Definitely. We have been expecting you. The headmistress awaits you within. This is a lot of people. Hello. Headmistress Elviane, may I have the pleasure to introduce the individuals who shall be in charge of keeping order at the Scholasticate. This is Consulting Inspector Briardien and his associate, Melchanangura. Melchanangura. I must say, Father Briardien, your selections are rather appropriate. We thank you both for your service in our time of need. I trust that Father Briardien has briefed you on our humble seminary. St. Endelim's Scholasticate has produced Ishgard's finest clergy for centuries, including countless men and women who have served in the highest echelons of the Holy See. all of whom were spared a brutal death on the battlefield, in service to a misguided war they perpetuated, or so some might be given to say. Damn! Indeed, some might, and they would not be entirely mistaken, for while we were wholly unaware of the deception perpetuated by the archbishops, we did unwittingly sustain it, to our sorrow. The idea that we willingly subjected them to false precepts is, of course, preposterous, a contrived fantasy. Nevertheless, some fervently believe it true, and these self-same individuals have come to view our instructors and students as targets for their misguided anger. It is of paramount importance that we restore faith in the teachings. Yet how are we to regain the trust of the common man when our own seminarians are embroiled in childish quarrels? You refer to this tension regarding the interim evaluation system. Quite frankly, it is but one facet. Classes have also been suspended until we complete our own painstaking review of the curriculum. Some students have taken leave, while the more dedicated have taken it upon themselves to conduct independent work to demonstrate their merits. We cannot allow this situation to continue indefinitely. Graduation is approaching, and we must make our recommendations. But the senior class is divided. They know not how they will be evaluated. Can't we postpone graduation? Rather, they understand how they will be evaluated, but have no faith that our methods will produce a fair result. A concern not without merit, I must confess. I too suspect that some may be driven to manipulate the interim system to their advantage. I expect some have already tried, but that is why we have brought in outside observers, Inspector Briardien, Mochan and Gura. If anyone is engaging in unscrupulous behaviour, I should have it brought to an end at once. May the Fury guide you in your task. Nod. If you just up and replace everybody, you'll most likely lose even the good parts of the Foundation. Yeah, that's a good point. Weeding out corruption is not easy. So the headmistress also thinks some of the students have attempted to cheat. Surely one who desires to join the clergy would not be foolish enough to stoop to such behaviour. The Fury knows all and sees all. Now then, before we proceed, might you both tell us a little about your students, Father? Father... My apologies. I'm Father Setonai. Setonai? In addition to teaching the fundamentals of Hellenic polity, I also oversee fundraising for the stipends of underprivileged students. While I would like to help you, I think my opinion would not do them justice. I suggest getting to know them yourselves. I feel the same. The way in which pupils speak in front of their instructors is not the same as amongst themselves. In my 10 years of counselling, they have minded their etiquette and are naught but cordial to me. However, I can recommend one of my students who is quite vocal. Mayhap you try speaking with the dormitory prefect, Arkambadan. Baden? Names are hard. Given his closeness to the students' social affairs, he may also be able to give you insight into what they talk about. Arkambadan. Ah yes, the silver-haired boy, a son of House Zemau, as I recall. We shall heed your suggestion, Sister Gatel, given his duty and status. Alright. Gotta go talk with the Zemau jerk. Alright, well, the headmistress seems alright so far. Put a secret camera in her office, see if she gets spotted talking to Asians. checking for new dialogue. While I have little interest in noble bloodlines, I'm not unfamiliar with the Count de Zemau's sons. I wonder if he's... So I guess he's not from one of the major houses. So Leigh's lackey is helping the inspector now. Has no one ever told you that brandishing weapons is frowned upon in places of enlightenment? That is, unless Lee has sent you to stir up more trouble. Rest assured that my associate inspector draws her armaments only to resolve troublesome situations, not create them. We merely came to ask of your well-being and your expectations for the future. Under the auspices of the headmistress, I am sure. Very well. I, Le Brasseur de Bonfort, of House Bonfort, in service to House Zemau, present to you Arcumbaddon de Zemau. You're quite a brown noser, aren't you? As prefix for the Scholasticate dormitory, we are responsible for keeping the peace between our fellow seminarians. I'm sure you do a great job of that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but are you not the foreigner who went to rather great lengths to expose the Archbishop's falsehoods? Responsible for the re-evaluation of the entire curriculum? Quite the resolution, that. And for what? Every great nation's history is marred by the sins of the past. Alamigo, Uldar, Limsa, please. Each was built on a foundation of lies and blood. Which is not to say we elites should not learn from these mistakes. But we who have served as shepherds for the people for 1,000 years have a duty to maintain order through the preservation of tradition. Would a Wainwright cast aside his father's best cart when it has but a broken wheel? Indeed, Arcumbaddon and I have said as much to those who support a more radical approach. The last thing we need is young seminarians running about crying for reformation. I see. So you both have been quite active in convincing the other students to see things your way. How have you fared? 'Tis hardly a daunting task. Many seek comfort in consistency. Sister Gaytel has tasked us with bringing back the students who took leave. Why not let our results determine how persuasive we are? I thank you, gentlemen, for your cooperation, and wish you the best of luck with your efforts. Now then, Milchan, if these students are bringing back their truant peers, there must be others who are doing the same. Let us split up and seek out the participants. I bet these two love frickin' Emmerich. Totally overhauling society. In addition to preserving the other students' welfare, we prefects also take it upon ourselves to conduct study sessions and volunteer activities, so that all may receive of a rich and fulfilling education. By the grace of the Count de Zemau was I admitted to the Scholasticate, that I might remain by Arcumbaddon's side. He is the sun which shines the light of truth throughout these halls, and I am but the moon which reflects his radiance. Turn it down a few notches. Oh. Out here, okay. This arc is really an excuse for the writers to get all their favourite school tropes out of their systems. Yeah, it really seems that way. Quite fun. Can't you talk with him another time? I finally got his attention, and I'd rather you not interrupt. You too came to hear Kremovoy speak? The wisdom of a scholar with the soul of a poet. When he recites scripture, I just... A new exotic flower graces us with her presence today. Well met, my dear. And what am I, chopped liver? Huh. He was looking at me until you showed up. Ah, I see. So you are helping Inspector Briardien. A pleasure to meet you. I am Cremevoy de Mainteny, but you may address me simply by my first name. So what brings you to the pillars? Could it be you are to observe how we go about convincing truant seminarians to return? Then by all means, let me show you how it is done. I must admit, I find many of the other students rather intimidating, but thanks to Cremevoy, I am considering returning to the Scholasticate to resume my studies. We were just discussing the responsibility of the highborn have to redress the imbalance. Of the Fury's love will all men receive, and by the balance of her spear will all be set free. So it is written in volume 11 of the 72 Articles of Hellenic Polity. Equal under her ever watchful gaze. Ah, would that you graced our halls with your presence once more, that I might favour you with mine own gaze. I fondly recall seeing your lovely face always buried in that tome. Oh, Cremevoy, you did notice! I thought to pen a lengthy treatise on it, but I could not make do once the volume vanished. Oh, so you helped Mathai by searching for that tome. With how relevant the content has become these days, I suppose it is not surprising it would go missing. In any event, you've convinced me. I will gather my things and return to the dormitory straight away. Yes, that is the way. One must seize the moment and act upon one's convictions. Life is but a fleeting, fragile thing. Wouldn't you agree, my dear? Well, I have done my part in guiding a little lamb back to the flock, and now to celebrate with a well-deserved nap. I bid you both farewell. Well then. We break from war to watch a high school drama, yes. It's a fun little story. Hey, bro. Oh, who are we talking to? Ah. Mo-chan, it's good to see you. Fighting the good fight lately? Oh, hello Mo-chan. Lee and I were just about to visit our friends in Foundation and try to convince them to return to their studies. It's been difficult since we aren't exactly held in high regard right now. The dormitory prefects have made sure of that. We must do all in our power to motivate our friends to come back to the Scholasticate. Then we can strive for high marks together. Right, and then we can convince our peers that we are just as worthy as any highborn in the clergy. They will welcome us with open arms, and all will be well in Ishgard. If Archambaddon and his cronies receive the Scholasticate's endorsement, no one will ever listen to us. We can't let them take the Trinity. I would rather not think of it that way, Lee. Let's just focus on bringing back as many people as we can. Well, that's how the Highborn are thinking about it. The more vocal we become, the more they will see us as a threat. That's why we have to stick together. Bum, bum, bum. They should remove the sprint cooldown in rest areas. That would be cool. Just let you get around quicker. Just a nice little quality of life thing. Let me in! I have a quest to turn in. Oh. Everyone's here! All these people are making me nervous. I mean, I was not able to bring anyone back, so I'm not even part of the competition, but even so, I hope that Theo did well. Aww. Curious about the result? I cannot imagine why. I see no reason to expect anything surprising. The dormitory rat has quite the smile on his face. Could it be that he was able to gather more students than us? Dormitory rat, hey? Well, I did everything I could, and even if I did not guide them all myself, I am glad that so many of our peers have come back. With all the young women returning, mayhap I'll have more incentive to linger in the library, but I do not see Ula. If our performance is to be taken into account for the final rankings, then I must say, our combatant and I have nothing to worry about. After reviewing the preliminary numbers at the dormitory, I am looking forward to the results. Talk to everyone. We shall announce the results anon. It would seem that our combatant and Lebrasor had quite the advantage, given their experience managing the dormitory. Right then, let us see how competitive these students truly are. Very. Oh dear. Look at him, he's got a fighting pose ready. There's Lee. It brings me joy to see so many of our brothers and sisters return to the Scholasticate. Sister Gaetel, the floor is yours. Thanks for that. Thank you, our combatant. I will now announce how many of our stray sheep each student persuaded to come home. Both Theomosin and Lee were able to bring back 1 student each. Janchet guided 2 back into our arms. Our combatant and Lebrasor were each able to convince 3 students to return, the most of all. Excellent work, all of you. What about the student Kremovoy convinced? Oh, is this true? Are we missing someone from the count? The girl you speak of has formally withdrawn from the Scholasticate. Apparently she was not all that enthusiastic about returning as she led Kremovoy to believe. Mayhap she chose to play along so that he would cease his harassment. Aw, wasn't that bad. Perhaps it was for the best. She rarely engaged her fellow students, instead choosing to sit alone and read the articles of Hellenic polity. Given the recent revelations, I suspect she has become disillusioned with the faith. Gonna call an emergency meeting. Sprint's definitely better than it was at Inception. When you first tried ARR in 2014, it used all your TP. TP being a bad enough idea that they removed it. Yeah. I never had to deal with TP, thankfully. It sounds awful. I'm surprised it was only so recent it was removed, though. Strange you would say that, Lebrasor. When last I spoke with her, Ula was quite interested in Volume 11's Equal Under Her Ever-Watchful Gaze passage, one that you and your master would sooner pretend did not exist. If she were a victim of harassment, I rather expect it was at your hands. Are you implying that we had something to do with it because we did not share her views? What rot! You dishonour yourself and your house with such baseless accusations. Rather you would, if aught remained of your house to dishonour. When do I get to punch this guy? I yield, good sir, I yield. I lack the qualities the Honourable Lord Arcombaddon possesses, which enable him to deliver such observations. Well, if Ula has withdrawn, then I must mourn her departure. By walking through the dormitory halls, reciting excerpts from Volume 11. And how do you intend to do that? Volume 11 of the Articles of Hellenic Polity has been missing for some time now. The tomes themselves are inconsequential if one has taken the words to heart. How fortunate we are that the wisdom of our forebears is not so easily forgotten. Would you not agree? Such impudence as befits a sick son. For all his failings, his father was wise to send him away. At any rate, we are blessed that this handful of truants have returned to us. Truly, it is the Fury's will that we overcome these trials and tribulations, and move forward with a singular vision for the future. Throw them out the airlock. A student with a keen interest in a controversial precept, who withdraws without explanation. This seems rather odd to me as well. Mayhap it is worthy of our attention. Bum, bum, bum. Hello. I have no interest in this short-sighted squabble over seat rankings. It is only natural people would try to take advantage of an unfortunate situation. Find a way to atone for the distortions of truth, and guide the people back to the faith in a peaceful manner. This is what I will focus my efforts on. Oh. She seems like a good egg. I'm sure you're always wondering why I stare at Theomosin. He always seems so confident, so I thought maybe I could learn from him. Does he? I don't really have any outstanding talents, and I get discouraged easily. But when he's around, I feel more positive about what I can accomplish. Aww. That's so cute. Kremovoy can say what he pleases, yet it does not mean it is the truth. In a state of confusion, even blatant lies can seem like rational thought to the desperate. Faith in the Church must be restored not through word, but virtuous deed. Is that not what we seminarians should consider in determining the future? I am considering ways to alleviate animosity and unite the seminarians of the Scholasticate, yet it is a daunting task. It is always easier to fuel the flames than to put the fire out, and there are some who are clearly provoking my peers. Yes. Who would be doing that? Dirk. It is true that Ulla had signed the paperwork to formally withdraw from her studies, but knowing her passion for study of scripture, I feel something is amiss. The 5 pupils who brought back the truants are no doubt vying for the highest marks, but it would seem the dormitory prefects came out on top this time. More than meets her eye. Briardien glances at you, adjusting his spectacles. I think he's trying to communicate. Mochan, were you present when Kremovoy spoke with Ulla? So she was indeed enthusiastic about returning to the Scholasticate. Then why did she instead decide to withdraw? Kremovoy all but accused Archambaddon of having a hand in it, as well as the disappearance of this Volume 11. Naught more than slander spoken in anger, perhaps, but the situation does merit further investigation. We look forward to your results, Inspector. Mistress Angura, if I might have a word with you in private, pray meet with me near the plaza in front of St. Raymond's Cathedral. Okay. Don't know what he would want to talk to me about. Guess we'll find out. Whatever her reasons, it is our loss. Ulla was an excellent student. If Briardien is the Edgeworth to Hildibrand's Phoenix, this is just Ace Attorney Investigations, isn't it? Yes! Yep, yeah, this is Hildibrand Investigations. And if we're Briardien's sidekick, does that make us Kay Faraday? Awesome. Just thinking of Briardien doing increasingly goofy baseball gestures to get my attention. Oh, I thought it was here. I went to the wrong place. Alright, last vigil. Hello, are you looking at me? Last vigil. Trying to find words to say that being around him makes her feel better. Yeah. You got such a crush, it's so cute. Ah. Hello, what's going on? Archambaddon and Librassar are truly impressive. That they were able to bring the most students back to the Scholasticate. They surely have a way with words. Would that I had such skill. Aww. They're just from the big houses. They have power, that's all. Theo can be so thick-headed sometimes. He doesn't realise that all those students Archambaddon and Librassar brought back will make our lives a living hell. At least Father Sazanoi understands the stakes. Thank you for coming, Mistress Angura. You are already acquainted with my two best students, Theomosant and Lee. They have sought my counsel in their quest to obtain the Trinity seats, and I have been more than willing to oblige them out of a desire to ensure that all students are given equal opportunity. I am not blind to the machinations of our highborn students, after all. I know not what Archambaddon and Librassar have said to you, but I advise you to weigh it carefully. You witnessed their treatment of a fellow highborn student, did you not? That it should come as no surprise that they regard their lowborn peers far more harshly, discriminating against them with whatever means at their disposal. Those two believe that less fortunate students lack the potential to become great clergymen, but if Theomosant and Lee can obtain the highest marks and secure their places within the Trinity through their hard work and virtue, then these misguided beliefs will be proved wrong. Even if we were to succeed, what difference would it make? Those who disagree will not be so easily swayed, and those who sympathise will be reluctant to speak out for fear of reprisals. Then you must find allies who are fearless, who do not flinch in the face of threats. Mistress Angura, have you come across any who fit that description? Kremovoy. No. What about Kremovoy? I thought so as well. He seems to treat everyone the same. Sort of. And he defended Ular's honour at the assembly. The highborn lecher, who skips out on sessions and can't even stay awake for the ones he attends. Theo, are you daft? If he did decide to help us, I wouldn't even want it. No need to dismiss him out of hand, Lee. As Theomosant said, he spoke out openly against Archambaddon and Librassar on behalf of Ular. He might be willing to do the same for you two. Absolutely not. I don't trust any of the highborn. Look, I'll help with finding others, but you're on your own with Kremovoy. Very well. Mistress Angura, will you accompany Theomosant? One cannot be too careful, especially with the rise in assaults on the clergy. Okay. Thank you. I'm certain we can find him in the pillars, in his usual spot. Phoebe! In his usual spot, which is there somewhere. Ah, there. Bum, bum, bum. Talking to this lady again. And I was so close. I'm not going to get anywhere at this rate. She get interrupted again. While I appreciate a scholarly debate as much as anyone, your bespectacled friend does not seem to understand that this is neither the time nor the place. I thought he would be more receptive to my appeal, but instead he seems rather annoyed. Can't you and Freckles see we're busy? Leave us be. Freckles? You certainly have a way with words, my dear. She is quite right, you know. We have more pressing matters to attend to. Cremovoy, please, will you not help our cause? I believe us to be like-minded individuals, those who desire a new path for the Church, one based on principles of... So earnest and forthright. How adorable. I can hardly resist pinching those soft, supple cheeks. Oh, for the love of... Come, darling, let us go somewhere that will afford us privacy. An offer that I dare not refuse. Good luck with whatever it is you're about, Freckles. Well, he's gone. No, I cannot give up. The future of the Church depends on us. I was not given an opportunity to explain in full, so I will not leave his side until he hears me out. This is a terrible idea. Oh my god. We're just kind of stalking this couple. Oh dear. I'm sure it's fine, yes. Hey Blazing, how are ya? Oh, they're up here, okay. I didn't even know you could go up here. Just wait a while, yeah. Then he'll be in a much better mood to listen. Uh-oh. I see. She has a knife. Well. Hi. Hello? Don't worry. I have a globe. Aren't we persistent? Well, if you value his life, I suggest you listen to me this time and leave us be. This is, this is not what you think. No, it's what I think. My mind didn't go to that other thing. Now, let's not get too hasty. I'm sure we can resolve this matter peacefully. Agreed. So long as you don't try something stupid and give me cause to cut his throat. Did I not tell you I was preoccupied? You there. Take Freckles and get out of here. Release him at once or I'll summon the watch. Don't you dare. The affairs of House Mainteney are none of your concern. She demands recompense, and rightly so. If I must pay with my life, then so be it. Oof. I will not allow it. Oh, don't look so glum. If I must look upon your freckled face before I ascend to Halone's halls, I would rather you favoured me with a smile or some such. That's reminds me of someone. Father's sins are mine alone to bear now, mine alone to answer for. Mayhap in death our house shall at last be redeemed. There's that sins of the father theme again. Doing alright? Oh, that's good, Blazing. Couple implies they're all of equal standing. First impressions walking in on that scene would be all over the place. If it is recompense you desire, then you shall have it, but not with his life. The Fury forgives not those who kill their fellow man for wanton purpose. Permit him to address your grievances with coin, and you may have your justice without sin. Furthermore, I offer myself to you as a hostage in his place, that he might be free to secure sufficient ransom. Jeez. Have you gone mad? I told you, this is none of your... I would not abandon such a pious soul, one who shares my desire to make the world a better place. We are not so different, Kremovoy. We have the chance to make amends for the sins of our fathers, to make Ishgard whole again. I cannot do it without you. Oh. You really are something else. Making a bloody speech about changing the world at a time like this. I offer the wealth of House Mainteney as ransom. If the lady agrees to these terms, then I will go and retrieve it at once. I'll take her silence as a yes. Now then, come. I've always wanted to tie someone up. I think he might be a little bit bi. Oh god, that expression. Alright, well... Okay. I guess this works. Hey Muck, how are ya? This questline's pretty good. We're basically in a little, like a college drama. Kremovoy's all like, dang, I was just being flirty, but now I'm actually attracted to him. Yes. Can't believe I agreed to this. You had better hope that no one walks this way, or else your friend will pay the price. Understand? You need not worry about me. I promise I will not move an ilm. Aw. So does your house have any money? We'll have to travel to my family's old estates in the Western Highlands to retrieve your ransom. I presume you will wait here until I return? For now. But if you do not come back quickly, and with a great deal of money besides, this one's life is forfeit. Is that clear? Quite. As for you, Freckles, do not do anything else reckless. Mistress Angura, I must ask that you come with me. Sorry, that scene is still... funny. It would not do to go through all this trouble only to be waylaid by bandits on my way back. Let us make haste. Alright. Well, meanwhile, hopefully the guards don't stumble upon this. Well, we've got a whole blizzard going on here. Ah, the wolf! Kill it with star power. Jerk. Forgive me. My family's fortune is buried not far from here, but I would rather retrieve it alone. Pray remain here a moment and keep watch for bandits and wild beasts. Okay. There's a wolf over there, by the way. Just letting you know. Birds! Spam the AoE button. actual combat. Sense something amiss. Oh, okay, he's back. I have what we came for. Now then, let us pray that Freckles is still alive and well. Well, it wasn't carrying much. Need sleep, but you're invested and committed now. What's a little sleep anyway? Yes. Yeah, this is an interesting story. We're back. It's about time. I'm freezing and had half a mind to skin this one to keep warm. Now then, hand it over. Here you are, the entire fortune that was bequeathed unto me. Share it with your people as recompense, starting with the families of the bereaved. On behalf of House Mainteney, I'm truly sorry. Bye. Theo! Fury for Fend, what have you gotten yourself into this time? I swear, I'll leave you alone for but a moment. I was never in any danger, Lee. I prayed to the Fury, and by her hand was Kremovoy returned to me. Are you saying I'm the Fury? I'm terribly sorry to have involved you in my personal affairs. I should have known that the lives of my family would not be enough to sate the small folks' thirst for vengeance. Think nothing of it. I too lost my father. So if you ever have need to speak about it, you can confide in me as a friend. Aww. My father sought to curry favour with the Holy See, so he raised great levies to send to the front lines. Honour was his prize, but it was bought with the blood of his subjects, and eventually, his own. The small folk had come to resent his demands for service, and when the truth of the war was revealed, they revolted. The mob overran the manor guard, and my father and 5 brothers perished at their hands. Had I not been sent away, I would have surely died with them. Aww. Our fortunes had grown poor following the calamity, you see, and since I was the youngest, father bid me leave to make my own way. So I enrolled in the Scholasticate, with hopes of becoming a bishop, to bring honour to myself and my house. But now... No, there's no use dwelling on what could have been. We must look to the future, and do what we can to make Ishgard whole again. Every moment is sacred, and you helped me to see to that, Theo. Consider me your friend and ally. Aww. Well said, Kremovoy, well said. Together, you may yet bring about lasting change. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Without the endorsement of the Scholasticate and the support of our peers, no one will listen to us. What's more, I still haven't heard anyone explain how we're supposed to get seats on the Trinity. Ishgard wasn't built in a day, Lee. Besides, we still have plenty of time to work something out. See? I knew he wouldn't take this seriously. Ha ha ha, laugh. Calm yourself, Lee, and keep an open mind. Now, let us return and discuss our next course of action. Oh, I nearly forgot. Inspector Briardien was looking for you at the cathedral. He wished to speak with you regarding his investigation, I believe. So I'm not sure if you could hear it during that cutscene, but my stomach started rumbling very loudly. How long is this quest line? I'm just gonna look up how long it is. As to how much longer I should stream for. Scholasticate. What are we up to? More than meets her eye. Oh wow, we're less than halfway through it. Okay. Well, I'll go a little bit longer, but geez, I wasn't expecting this to be so long. Okay. It's enjoyable though. I was kind of expecting to just tear through it in one sitting. But no, it's much more involved than that. You know, a story is good when you sacrifice sleep and food to keep going. Yes. Yeah. Stories in this game are so good, I just want to keep going. Hello. Well then, my associate, have you anything to report? It's a long story. Look at that bloom. So pretty. A former subject of House Mainteney, demanding recompense for the misdeeds of Kremovoy's father. How fortunate that the situation was resolved peacefully. My investigation has been less productive, unfortunately. I thought to speak with Ulla, the student who withdrew from the Scholasticate, but I cannot find her anywhere. Uh-oh. The same must be said of the infamous Volume 11, which contains passages extolling the virtues of equality. Like the girl, it has vanished without a trace. The circumstances surrounding these incidents suggest deliberate intent. Someone may be attempting to turn this tenuous state of affairs to their advantage. But if so, then to what end? To keep power. For 1,000 years, a sickness has ravaged our city. It is festered within the hearts and minds of our citizens, and in our clergy especially. Treating it will be a long and arduous process, but an altogether necessary one. Our role in that process is clear, to diagnose the root of the Scholasticate's ailments. If there are malicious forces at work, then it is our duty to see justice done. Are you sure you're not Edgeworth? I think he responded by adjusting his glasses. In a time of unrest, when the light of truth was lost to the righteous, the children looked to one another for guidance, that they might walk in her grace. Back to School 1. Good achievement. Special Advisor. Ah, that's a cool title. Oh, okay, so there's 3 achievements. Oh, that quest name's a little bit spoilery. Well, close that. So I guess we're a third through officially. Divine Reckoning. Oh, that was the end of a chapter, I suppose. Then should I leave it here then, I suppose, and get some food and stuff? Yeah, that feels like a good ending point. Well, we'll continue this next time. This has been surprisingly really good, actually. I like this little college drama we got going on. Alright, I'm going to finish up the stream and rest my voice. And is there anyone I can send this to? Who's streaming tonight? Oh, Pie's still going with his Ocarina of Time run. Ooh, we've got Kekuman Shoyu doing Super Metroid speedruns. I love Super Metroid speedruns. I'll send you to him. He's running the GT Classic category, which I forget what that... Golden Chorizo, I think, is what GT stands for. It's a category where you have to fight Golden Chorizo. I forget the rules of it. I'll send you there, though. Super Metroid speedruns are cool. I'll show you. And thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya.